Big FUPA energy. Big FUPA energy. BFE, yeah. BFE, yeah. BFE. Big FUPA energy.
So, to this bigger question, do Black women need Ozempic to lose weight? Is it really that there's a disease of obesity, or is it really that the food is crappy, people are eating crappy, and that's impacting people's health? Recently, Oprah did a special about obesity where she breaks down the different challenges that not only she has had with her weight, but also in hopes of trying to open up a larger conversation around people, women in particular, who struggle with their weight. Their argument is that there are just some women out there, some individuals out there who, in spite of all of their best efforts to be healthy, simply are not able to lose weight. The special went on to explain in detail what obesity as a disease actually meant. Constantly thinking and worrying about food, an inability to lose weight in spite of different efforts to do so, just overall challenges and shame with body image and the like. And really what it hoped to do was try to challenge the public opinion that people who are overweight or obese are overweight and obese because of their own lack of discipline. Their argument was that no, there are some people out there who are overweight and obese because they have the disease of obesity. The special went on to recommend and talk about weight loss drugs in an attempt to, one, give that as an option to different women who themselves struggle with weight, and also two, provide it as an alternative and a problem solver to those out there who feel like that they have struggled with weight the entirety of their life. Oprah being one who openly admits to, after decades upon decades of struggling with her weight, has found peace, resolve, and happiness in her body finally after using Ozempic, a popular weight loss drug. So that was really the breakdown of the special, but a couple of things that I wanted to highlight. First of all, I do agree that there are people out there who have a harder time losing weight. There are actually conditions out there that specifically mess up the metabolism, completely jack up the metabolism and make it hard, if not nearly impossible, for a person to lose weight in spite of engaging with diet and exercise. I happen to know individuals like that personally, so I do know that it exists. With that said, however, that I think is a very small and a very small population. It certainly doesn't make up the majority of the American population, and it certainly doesn't make up the majority of the Black female population. The obesity rates right now are far beyond those who may have the disease of obesity, if you want to accept that to be true. My second thought around this idea of obesity being a disease is, okay, so if obesity is a disease, why are we just now seeing it skyrocket in the last 2-3 decades? If you look at the obesity rate in the 1990s, it's around, I think, 12%, depending upon the sources. Now the obesity rate is almost 50%, and it's a lot higher in the Black community. So if obesity has been a genetic disease, right, or something that you can't really control, why do we all of a sudden see it skyrocketing in the last couple of decades? And then third, why do we not see obesity in the non-Western countries, in those countries who still eat their own traditional food? In Asia, Africa, parts of, Latin America, why do we not see obesity skyrocketing there? And why do we only see obesity skyrocketing anytime a country starts to take on more quote unquote modern ways? Those are the immediate questions that I had regarding this entire special. 1990s was really the time where they started to supersize food. You see the portions getting bigger and bigger. Not to mention there are additives currently available in American food that is completely banned in Europe. So our food now has all this different junk and all these different things that have been added to it that I don't think our bodies were meant to consume. A lot of these things were added because they were trying to just, whether it's produce more chicken or trying to keep up with the demand, but there hasn't been a lot of testing on whether the additives or the antibiotics or the different things put in the food are actually consumable by the human body. And many of them actually are not consumable by the human body, but they just continue to put it in the food. So there's this whole discussion about obesity being a disease, but there's no discussion about the crap put in the food that makes people obese. And foods out there that are literally meant to make you addictive. Look, and I can say this personally. When I was younger, I used to struggle with binge eating, and I found that there were certain foods that literally triggered a response to where I could not control eating. So I'm saying this from a place of personal experience. And when I stopped eating those foods and stopped having them, then I wasn't triggered to eat uncontrollably. And so there are also foods out there that are meant to make you addictive. So is it really that there's a disease of obesity, or is it really that the food is crappy, people are eating crappy, and that's impacting people's health? Like, why aren't we getting to the root? It all to me seemed a little bit contrived. I mean, think about it. It just seems like the perfect plan. You sell diseased, crappy food to consumers so that they can't lose weight. And then in an effort to lose weight, they have to depend upon your drug to do so. So it's like you're creating the problem and then you are supposedly fixing it, but not truly, because you have to be on the drug for the entirety of your life. So like, I mean, to me, it just sounded like another reason to get folks addicted to another drug and making these companies a whole lot of money. That's what I think. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that there aren't people out there who maybe have a genetic disposition or may struggle with their weight more. I know that is real, so I'm not undermining that. And I do think that there should be more space to figure out different ways to help them. But I don't think the answer is continue to like give them diseased, nasty food, not actually explore how that food might be impacting their unique genetics, and then giving them a drug for them to be hooked on all the time. And God only knows what the side effects are. We don't even fully know what the side effects are. So, to this bigger question, do Black women need Ozempic to lose weight? I don't think Black women need Ozempic to lose weight. I think at the end of the day, just the basics of trying to eat healthy, trying to drink water, trying to move as much as you can, and overall living a balanced life, in the long run is going to have a much better ramifications for than just taking a pill. I do not believe the majority of Americans or the majority of people who are obese in America actually have the disease of obesity, if you do believe it's a disease. Because like I said, if that was the case, we would see this trend going on since the beginning of this nation, at least. There would always have been a subset of people who were like morbidly obese. We wouldn't have seen this new phenomenon just over the last 20, 30 years like we've seen it skyrocket. So no, I don't think Black women need Ozempic to lose weight. Now, if you want that snatched look, if you want that, that IG actress looks, that Hollywood look, maybe that might work for you, but I mean, is it worth it? Like, God only knows what the side effects are. And isn't it a lot better to just be healthy? I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.